Everyone is you pushed out. The world is a mirror reflecting ourselves, or we are all connected in consciousness. There's no separation. You've probably heard of one or the other, but what does that really mean? Today we are going to be explaining this, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Yasmin. I'm a mindset coach that loves to help people banish their limiting beliefs and manifest their wildest dreams and their heart's desires. Before we jump into today's topic, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos that I upload to my channel. So, everyone is you pushed out. These are Neville Goddard's words. However, he wasn't the first or the only one that ever spoke about this. For example, like Florence Scovel Shinn says, life is only a mirror, and we find ourselves reflected in our associates. This says that we are all connected, and our outer world is nothing but a reflection of what's going on inside of us. As within, so without. Like, how many times did you think of a person and out of the blue they texted you or called you and you told them, oh my god, I was just thinking about you, and you guys didn't speak for like God knows how long? How many times did it happen to you? Or you thought of a person and then they just appeared? Like the other day I was walking with my sister in the mall and I saw someone that appeared to be someone that I know. However, this person doesn't live with me even in the same country, and we haven't met for like years, literally years. And it came then, of course, later on I realized that it's not the same person, and I started wondering, like, I wonder how is that person doing 2 days later. Like, I kid you not, 2 days later I get a message request on Instagram, and this person is asking me, hi, how are you? I found your profile, I was wondering how you've been. So it says that thought transmission is real. So what this means is that your mind is like a broadcasting tower. You are transmitting a range of communications to the antennas, projecting all your existence onto this reality. Every single person, event, and circumstance, everything you've ever experienced and you will ever experience comes from you. You feed all of those informations to your subconscious mind through imaging, inner conversations, thoughts and feelings, and then your subconscious mind, once impressed, will project it out on the screen of life. So no one in your reality, no thing, no event is acting independently of you. Your assumptions, your thoughts, and your beliefs about you, about subjects and others are always reflected back to you. How you perceive others and how you are perceived is always coming from you 100% of the time. No one and nothing that comes to your experience is separate from you. Everything that comes to your awareness is set in motion through you. Okay, so first let's address what everyone is you pushed out is not. Okay, when we say everyone is you pushed out, it doesn't mean that people are your duplicates or, I don't know, your copies or clones of you. No, like, they are not. It doesn't mean that if someone cheats on you, you are a cheater. It doesn't mean that someone steals from you, you're a thief. Or, I don't know, if you love someone so much and you treat them like gold, it doesn't mean that they will necessarily treat you the same way back. So for instance, if someone cheats on you, it could be a simple belief that all men and women cheat. It could be that you don't believe that you are that person, that's the commitment. It could be a previous experience where someone cheated on you and you saw the proof in your reality and you created this loop of reality and it kept happening again and again in your life. Or it could be a simple story that you have about the other person. You've seen evidence before. You've heard something that he's a playboy or she's a playgirl. So that leads us to a very important point, which is people will always show up in your reality conforming to your beliefs about you in relation to them. How do you think they see you? What do you think they feel about you? And What do you think about them? Who do you think they are? When you hold on to the concept of something in your mind, everything in your reality must conform to that which you believe to be true. You create what is then projected out and received by you. So, if everyone and everything conforms to my assumptions, expectations, and beliefs, then I'm never changing anything or anyone outside of me. I am only changing myself, my concept of self, and my concept of others, because they are not separate entities. The only reason things are the way they are is because you hold on to that conception of them. Change the conception, and the perception will change. I want you guys to write that down in the comment section to reinforce that. Change the conception, and the perception will change. You create what you feel, see, and experience. You create how the entire world treats you. You create all of your experiences in life and all of your interactions with others. You need first to understand this principle. Then take responsibility for your creation, be it good, bad, or indifferent. Not to beat yourself up. By taking responsibility, you take your power back as the creator of your reality. And even if what you created is something bad, even if it's something negative, even if it's the opposite of what you want, the contrast here is going to show you exactly what you want. You are getting a clear image of what your desire is. And then drop the old story, drop the old circumstance, or even the current circumstance that you don't like, and change your thoughts. See, your thoughts, how you think and how you feel, broadcasts energy to the field, to the oneness, to the whole, and then it gets reflected back to you through people, incidents, and events. So basically, you send the signal, and everyone that has to be involved receives it and then act accordingly. So here, as long as you're still holding to the same energy, to the same thoughts and the same feelings, and you don't make a change on the inside, don't expect anything outside to change. Change you, and everything around you will change. Just like Florence Kovachin says, man cannot force the outside to be what he is not. Your inner world creates your outer reality or your physical reality. Outside of you is never the place to take your clues from. See, because the outside is the reflection. It's nothing but the effect. You have to change the cause to change the effect. Your inner world is the cause. The outer reality is the effect. If you look at the mirror and you don't like the way your hair looks like, you will not reach out to the mirror trying to fix it. You will brush your hair and the reflection of the mirror will change. It's never about others, it's never about things, it's only about you. You are the cause. You are showing the world how to treat you based on what you think and how you feel about you in general, and about you in relation to others and to subjects. How I see you and who I think you are in relation to me dictates how you show up in my reality. My conviction of who I am determines how others show up in my reality. But of course, there is more to it. So, as we said, there is more to it because we still have stories about others. So if I believe that I'm lovable, that everyone in my reality treats me with love, kindness, and respect, except for, I don't want to say SP, let's call him Matt, except for Matt, everyone in my reality is going to treat me with love, kindness, and respect, except for Matt. Why? Because I have a story about Matt. I created with that story this invisible barrier that is between me and him. So everyone else is going to reflect my assumptions and my beliefs except for him until I change the story. And then Matt will be just like everybody else. Okay? So now I'm going to tell you something else. Did you know that your perception of others is not real? It is not. It's not 100% real. See, we all have those tiny mini versions of others in our mind. And because our minds are so powerful, people will always conform to that tiny version that we have about them in our minds. This happens through our reticular activating system. It's like a filter or a gatekeeper to our subconscious mind. It shuts down any evidence that doesn't match what your subconscious holds. The RAS is the part of the brain that is responsible for what we pay attention to. It's a network of neurons that controls the amount of informations that our brain can handle. It selects what it believes needs to be noticed and paid attention to, what it believes to be important, based on what you have in your mind, such as assumptions, beliefs, values, and state of being. So someone can do 100 amazing things, and only because you have the assumption of this person is mean, they might do one bad thing. And your RAS is going to shut any evidence for those 100 things that this person did, and will only keep the evidence of the one thing that matches the belief. It will always prove you right by finding evidence that backs up your beliefs. However, the good news is that you can change that. You can now choose what you want to pay attention to. What do you want to experience? By changing your thoughts and what you are telling yourself about the world, about others, and most importantly, about yourself. And when you start changing the programming, your RAS will start making you notice things that will reinforce the new programming, which will lead them to be beliefs. You know how they say, like, if you are looking for something, you will find it. So you might as well look for something good. You look for something positive. You look for something that you really want to experience and to have as a part of your reality. And you put your focus there and watch as it grows. I know it's a little bit hard to wrap your head around this. And I know that some of you might say, how can I possibly attract a disease or an abusive partner or an accident or losing job or whatever it is? I didn't say that you did it on purpose, but unfortunately, yes, you did it. Like if you find yourself trapped in an abusive dynamic, you need to ask yourself, what is the belief in me that keeps drawing those abusive people into my life and those abusive behaviors? And that could be actually something all the way back to your childhood. It could be a traumatic incident that happened that kept manifesting those events times and times again. Maybe you saw someone being abused. Nevertheless, it can be changed. Now that you are aware of it by experiencing what you don't want, you get to know what you want. And now, by changing the cause, which is the belief, you change the experience. And there are many ways to do that. I will be talking about the ways to change your beliefs and to impress your subconscious mind on another video, and I'm gonna link it to this one. But firstly, and most importantly, you have to drop the victim mindset. And for this, I'm gonna use a quote from Dr. Maltz's book, Psycho-Cybernetics, where he says, and this one also applies on the part where I told you about most probably our subconscious beliefs come from all the way back to our childhood. That's why we do the inner child healing. Okay. And for that, he says, most of these beliefs about ourselves have unconsciously been formed from our past experiences, successes, failures, and our humiliation, our triumph, and the way other people have treated us or reacted to us, especially or on early childhood. From all these, we mentally construct a picture of self. See? So, sorry. Back to the subject of dropping the victim mindset. Okay? And also for that, I'm going to use a quote from Dr. Maltz that I really like about yeah, there we go. So Dr. Maltz say, the person who conceives himself to be a victim of injustice, one who was meant to suffer, will invariably find circumstances to verify his opinions. Now you decide you are no longer the victim of the circumstance by just affirming, I know I created this by some kind of a belief in my subconscious mind that I wasn't probably even aware of. But now that I know, that's all changing. That's not who I am anymore. Taking accountability for your creation is not an excuse for others to treat you bad, or it's not saying that it's okay for you to be a doormat for anybody. But taking accountability for your creation is a very powerful statement, because now you are taking back the reins. You are taking back your power. And just like you created the unpleasant event, you are now creating the opposite. So, if you are aware of the belief or the thoughts that created this reality that you don't like, and you wish to change, shift your focus to what you would like to experience instead. And if you find it hard to let go of those thoughts and memories of the negative event, go back and revise it. And I'm gonna link the video for revision to this one. But you can revise it, yes. Or you can simply decide, maybe in the past I had this belief about myself or others that kept creating the same circumstances again and again. It is now changing because I'm the creator of my reality and I always get what I want. And as you change you, everyone in your life will change, because it's not about them. If you don't change your beliefs, who do you think you are? What are your values? What do you think your worth is? Even if you change the people, even if you let go of people and bring new to your life, it will be a different face, but the same story, because the story inside you didn't change. And I'm quoting Florence here, where she says, if someone has been unjust to you and you are filled with wrath and resentment, you cannot forgive that person. Time rolls and another person do the same thing. It is because you have a picture of injustice engraved in your subconscious. History will repeat itself. And I'm going to give you an example for this one. This video is already very long. I'm going to try to make it short. So someone I know was working in this company and she was complaining all the time to me about her boss. And I remember sitting with her and I said, maybe change the story about the boss. Like, start saying a different story about her. And she was like, what do you mean? I said, change the story and the boss will change. You keep reinforcing how she's like. And she was like, no, but she's not only like that to me. All my colleagues are complaining of her. And I said, who are they complaining to? She said to me, I said, it's still your reality. See, even your colleagues have no choice but to conform to your beliefs. They will have to come and say the same story that you are saying about your boss to you. Okay, so yeah, anyway, she left the job and then she went to a new job. There was a new boss and the complaints were exactly the same. And I'm telling you, this person is an amazing person. She's a hard worker. And I told her, can't you see that you're literally repeating the same story that you said about the previous boss? And she paused and she said, yes. She said, but she is mean to everybody else. I said, okay, you can say, even if you see her mean to everybody else, well, she's mean to everyone but me. Start affirming that. And a few days later, she was like, you will not believe how she changed. And she did. See, because she changed the story. So change your thoughts, change your beliefs. Those beliefs are not who you are. When you are born, you come out as this white, clean canvas. And our caregivers, the people that are around us the most, they start painting those lines and those colors the way they like, as per their beliefs. So it's not who you are. This has been a program that was put in you. And you can change it now that you know that you can change it. And as a result, your whole world will change. Everyone around you will change. So to wrap it up, your outer world, everything that's around you is nothing but a reflection of what's happening inside of you. And I'm gonna read you some of Neville's words When you know that consciousness is the only reality that is conceiving itself to be something that is good, bad, or indifferent, and becoming that which it conceives itself to be, you are free. Free from the belief that there are causes outside of you, of your own mind, that can affect your life. If a man's concept of himself is different, everything in his world will be different. His concept of himself being what it is, everything in his world must be as it is. Your worth and your value is not linked to how anyone sees you. And after this, you should stop taking anything personally, because others are nothing but messengers to what's going on inside you. You are inherently worthy and deserving. And as hard as this might seem, others are irrelevant to your happiness. There is nothing that others can make you feel that is not within you. People trigger emotions, they don't make them. The love is in you, the confidence is in you, the peace, the power, it is all in you. But we tend to use others as an excuse to feel a certain way. So now that you know that everyone is you pushed out, and the world treats you based on how you see yourself, then you better see yourself as the best of the best. Because why not? How you see you is how the entire world sees you. So drop all those beliefs about yourself. See yourself as this beautiful goddess, that there's no one and nothing in this entire world is like you. And everybody else is going to conform to that. So, on that note, if you stayed this far, that means you liked my video. Please hit the like button and tell me what you think about this video down in the comments section. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I'm looking forward to see you again very, very soon. Until we meet again. Mwah!